Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Honda Sports Zone. I'm your host, Mia Alvarez, and I'm also your online sports editor for the El Paisano newspaper.
What's up, everybody? My name is Lorenzo Gaitan. I'm the EIC here at El Paisano.
My name is Matthew Medina. I am the news editor for El Paisano Media.
And I'm Christopher Villaseñor. I am the broadcast director here at El Paisano Media.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Hi, I'm Noah Segovia, the former sports editor at Paisano.
Well, my name is Christopher Araujo, and I'm the sports editor for Paisano.
And as you guys can see, we're doing World Cup.
Yes.
So we're
Finally.
super excited. And since it's live, we're kind of nervous, actually.
It'll be a fun time. You know, it's different. It's a different setup than we normally have. You know, there's instead of us, the core four, we added both Chris's here.
Yeah.
Both our boys.
Yes.
We love them.
Oh.
so it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a very fun time. It's gonna
Yeah.
be very exciting. We're all excited. I'm bouncing out of my seat. Mia's bouncing out of her seat. That's because she had a bang energy. We're all ready to go.
Okay. So first off, we'll just start with, some history. What do you guys know?
Nothing, because the
It's
World Cup
nothing?
it's been so timeless that it's kind of just come and gone through the generations.
We do know Udo was the very first World Cup winner.
Yes.
Why?
So
Yeah, and the World Cup started in 1930. Inaugural World Cup.
Do you know by who?
I do not know by who.
It was proposed by Jules Rimet, who wanted to create an international competition between men's football teams. At the time, soccer was not as part of the Summer Games. So she created it. I think. Sorry, I don't.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, guys. we're gonna be dressing up a lot. It's gonna be a great time, though.
Oh my god. So yeah, and let me see. So do you guys know why it happens every 4 years?
I'm so sorry about that. I know for the viewers listening live right now, there's going to be a little buzzing noise right now, but we are going to upload this video as soon as we're done live streaming. And we're gonna edit that little noise out. So sorry for that inconvenience, viewers watching the live stream right now. And back to you, man. Sorry.
Oh, do you guys know why it's every 4 years?
Money.
Money?
Not money. That's if we shorten it to every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
Yeah. But every 4 years because it's just to make sure we have something. Because there's the Euros in between every 2 years. The Euros, CONCACAF Gold Cup, Copa America. Those happen every 2 years, and then the World Cup's every 4 years. That's an annual tournament that comes around. Am I right or am I wrong?
They said it allows time for the qualification fixtures to be played.
Well, then I just said
And
right.
also, we only have the World Cup every 4 years. What would happen if we have it every year? It's
Then
like
It'll be chaotic.
it would lose its value. I
it
guess.
would,
World-
lose,
think
it
it
would
would-
lose that. It would lose that
Worldwide
that
date,
prestige,
bro.
that hype it has every 4 years. We get every 4 years. We're all excited once it comes around. So once it ends, it's like, all right, here goes. We gotta wait another 4 years. If it was every year, I feel like most people wouldn't be as excited. Just wouldn't get the hype it gets every 4 years.
I think that, and it's like too big of an event to be played every year, and it's like too special to be rushed.
And then another thing is, if you're a host city, then you have to prepare with the stadiums, the hotels, etc. And you saw that with Qatar, they bid on 2022 and 2009, so they had some time to prepare.
Controversial pick.
Yes, controversial
Very.
pick. If you saw the FIFA Uncovered on Netflix,
Yes.
that
Very-
is phenomenal.
It's FIFA's gone under a lot of scrutiny. The last 5, 6, 7 years over just money laundering, everything. It's a monopoly. It's a big monopoly.
Yeah.
It's not for the love of the game, as a lot of people like to think about it. It's hard because especially like host countries like Qatar have those resources to back them and say, hey, I want to bid for this. Instead of a country like, if you go back to 2010, South Africa in 2010, or Brazil in 2014, or even going back to Korea and Japan in 2002.
Japan was 2002.
That was 2002,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I'm good.
Mm.
So
And then Germany 2006.
you're taking away from countries who would want it. You look at the 32 here that we could see. We're getting USA, the North American iteration of this tournament in 2026 with US, Mexico, Canada hosting those games. It derives from the value when money becomes involved.
What country would you like to see host a World Cup up on that board? My personal pick would be France.
It's Australia.
Yeah, I was gonna say Australia.
Australia or Spain.
I would go France.
I haven't seen a France World Cup. Yeah, a French World Cup would be nice.
or
How about
Croatian.
England?
Ooh, yeah.
How about England?
A whole,
England?
which I
Oh,
think
football.
they are betting on that for a Euro. It's going to be
Yeah.
England, Wales.
But
Oh,
here's
I
the thing:
thought
England did bid on the 2018 World Cup host, and they didn't get it, unfortunately.
Backs again to losing to big financial buyers
Yes.
in Russia.
And back then, England had the backing of David Beckham and a lot of English soccer officials, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, that's just again it derives from the value when big companies, big governments
Mhm.
buy their way to it. I think
And-
I don't think it should be a bidding process. Honestly, it should be almost like a raffle where you pull a name out of a hat. This is the country that's going to host it. You know, it
Yeah.
would be a lot not fair. That's not the word I'm looking for, but it's a lot more balanced. You know,
Yeah, and you saw how Qatar denies them giving FIFA money, and it's really sad. Like Lorenzo said, the love of the game is gone, all because of money.
Okay, so I think my prediction. I think it would be either between Uruguay, Brazil, maybe Spain.
Brazil again?
as a host country, I wouldn't mind it again because
Yeah, that
again,
was
Brazil
a
is the
good
home
one.
of creative football. That's
Hey,
samba.
Rio
Ronaldinho.
de Janeiro,
Joga
Carnaval.
bonito.
Joga
Yeah,
bonito.
so
Pele. A lot of Brazil legends.
Brazilian legends would
I would
come
want
out.
to see like Italy.
Ooh.
But they have to
Yeah.
qualify.
Some spaghetti.
They need to
some-
qualify.
So
They
they
need
need
to
to
qualify.
qualify.
No, because they're host nation. They have to qualify
Yeah.
first.
That's why that's why they want to host it because they can't qualify.
it's a perfect.
I need them to
Hot
qualify
take.
first.
I'll take
Oh,
it.
I wanted Italy so bad in this World Cup, dude. I actually like Italy.
And they're usually always in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Usually they weren't in
The last-
2018.
they were
Not
in
in 2018. Horrible run of qualifying. This year, you go on to win Euro 2020.
Yeah.
Knocking England out of the final. Terrible scenes from the Italian fans racially abusing Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, Jadon Sancho. You shouldn't have done that. To now get into it, it's you go on that 32 games unbeaten to lose and not qualify. That's just it's poor management. It's poor. It's poor management and it's poor on the players.
And it's a total embarrassment.
Oh yeah.
It's just a championship hangover they had for the Euros. At
Oh,
that point.
probably.
I mean, maybe they lost that fire they had in the Euros.
They won their competition. That's
Yeah.
what they wanted.
Yeah, let me give you the 5 teams with the best odds to win the World Cup according to VegasInsider.com. We have Brazil, top dog. They're at plus 400. Then Argentina at plus 550. And then we have France, number 3, at 600. England, number 4, at 800. Spain at number 6 at 850. And number 7, Germany, at $1,000.
So this is what I'm gonna say. I think Vegas betting in a World Cup doesn't matter.
It's trash. Dude.
It's terrible because
It's
it's
trash.
and just like
Trash.
baseball, anything can happen. Anything can happen in a World Cup. You look at all these teams here that you genuinely they're professional players. This is the best of the best from that country.
Right.
So we can say, oh, look at Ecuador, look at Qatar. These are countries in that Group A that they're gonna get rolled over by the Netherlands and Senegal. But no, Ecuador has some decent players.
Yes.
Qatar, even though they're not on that big of a world stage in Europe, they're big in their country. The Dutch are fantastic picks every year. Senegal has the sleepers, even though they are going to be without Sadio Mane.
Dude, losing Mane
is a big hit.
It hurts.
Big hit for that
a
team.
lot.
Despite how good they are and winning the African Cup of Nations, losing their main
Mane
guy,
was
their
that guy
striker.
for them.
Are we just gonna?
especially him being the big player that he is for his club, it's a huge blow for Senegal.
But going back to it, all these guys are contenders. Any person can get knocked out.
Yeah.
And you look at Croatia in 2018. Croatia were the biggest sleepers of that tournament. You never thought Croatia would get to a final against France, and it's like that team had the magic, that team had the power. So really, Vegas betting and Vegas stats, even though Brazil has the depth, Argentina has Messi, all these teams have that certain, oomph. You never know. You
So-
really never know.
So speaking, who is going to go on and run this World Cup?
I would like to choose one team, and I think that one team is going to be, it's gonna be Wales for me. I don't know
Wales?
why. Ever since,
Whatever.
dude. Honestly, I'm a big believer in Wales, and whoever's watching the chat right now, please show your support and
Wales
show,
in the chat.
show the what your sleeper team is going to be.
Yeah, put up
it
in
in
chat. Yeah,
Yeah, put it as your sleeper team of the year.
Continue. Yeah.
So who's your guys?
I think my sleeper team is probably Denmark. I think Denmark
I wouldn't
has
call them a sleeper.
Denmark has a pretty. I mean, their group looks tough.
The group looks tough, but you look at their recent fixtures. Denmark's
Yes,
been
and they've beaten
Winning.
France before,
twice.
and it's gonna be a close game. I think Denmark's played France on the final match day, so I think it's gonna come down to that final game. Who wins? Either it's gonna be first or second, or because that first and second spot is huge for that group. Because either you've placed first, or you place second, you would have to play most likely
in Argentina
You know,
in the round of 16.
so Denmark is probably my sleeper pick to make a pretty big run, probably to the semifinals or maybe even the final.
I'm gonna agree, but I wouldn't call Denmark a sleeper. I would say my sleeper pick of this tournament, and it's not to be biased, it's gonna be Switzerland. Switzerland have been fantastic since Euro 2020. They're a very physical team, a team that loves to battle. You look at that Swiss team in Euro 2020. They knock out. Oh my God, who they knock out? They knocked out France. They knock out France in Euro 2020. The kings of the world at the point. And my hot take is at that point, that's when France went on their downfall. As you look at them now, they're not the same France team we saw in 2018. You look at that team. Once we get to predictions for groups, we talk about that later. But the Swiss are really good, and I would honestly argue that they give Brazil a game that ends in a draw.
I agree with that.
Also, who's on that Switzerland squad right now? Is Shaqiri still on there?
Shaqiri, Jan
Zaha
Sommer,
is from-
Granit Xhaka from Arsenal.
He's still on there,
You
right?
still have all these guys. These Swiss, Efran Seferovic
Oh,
of
yeah.
Benfica. These guys are, yes, they are aging, but they're still dangerous, and you can't underestimate them. Yeah.
Looking at these
Um,
groups, what do you think is the must watch games?
Oh, I
Going into the
think
groups.
I think for sure, it is Mexico versus Argentina. You have Tata Martinez, former manager of Argentina. Then you have the storyline of Memo Ochoa versus.
He's the manager of Mexico.
Yes.
He was the former Argentina manager.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
was.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, is he gonna have advantage versus Mexico?
No, he's rooting for him.
No.
Rooting for Argentina.
Secretly, he's rooting for them. Secretly.
He's secretly rooting for Argentina.
I think the game to watch is either obviously Germany Spain. That's gonna be a great game.
Yeah.
And then the revenge game, Ghana versus Uruguay. Back in when Suarez did that handball to save.
Hand of God.
Yes.
Suarez's hand of God.
Suarez's hand of God. Ghana's gonna want revenge.
But you know who
And
else
so-
is going to want revenge? In that group specifically, Portugal. On Uruguay for knocking them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it is a very interesting group right there.
Round of 6. Sleeper picks.
My picks?
Sleeper picks.
What are sleep? Can you explain?
So a sleeper pick is basically who do you think out of the favorites that we have the favorites of this to win this World Cup, who do you think is a dark horse? Who's that person that people wouldn't expect to win it all?
I would have to go Argentina.
That's a good pick. I like Argentina. I mean, it's a good. It's a favorite.
So,
I think
I think maybe, yeah. Because they won in 1986. You can't, you never know. They could come back.
I guess, yeah. That's a
They
good
could
pick.
come back.
That's a good pick. Chris, sleepers.
Me, my sleeper pick, I have to go with the South Americans, Uruguay. I think those guys always put on the best World Cup games. They always try their hardest. And right now they have a good young talent in their squad. I feel like the most underrated player in that team is Federico Valverde from Real Madrid, the midfielder. This guy has been scoring nonstop. He's been playing very good with them. And then you have youngsters in the front like Darwin Núñez, who, he hasn't played very good, but this is Uruguay. This is not the Prem. This is not Liverpool. This is Uruguay. And you have the most experienced strikers. One of my all-time favorite strikers in Cavani and Suarez. Those guys, when you have them, you have a midfield like that. And then defenders, I mean, the whole team as a whole, they always leave it all on the field. And that's why I feel like they always put on one of the best matches ever. They want it. And I feel like this year may be the year for them, the sleeper pick. So yeah, like I said, they have a very good talent, but I feel like they could pull it off with that type of team, that talent. So I have to go with Uruguay.
Sure. Noah, sleeper.
I have to go with España because they've been there, they're experienced, and their goalkeeper Uni Simon is really, really good. and right now he has the 4th best odds to win the Golden Glove award.
Unai Simon
So-
has been a great pick.
Yes.
Has been a great pickup for Sevilla.
Mhm.
I don't know. Spain especially coming under controversy, not taking David De Gea,
De Gea's
of Manchester
been
United,
So good.
Or Ramos.
or Sergio Ramos,
Why?
or
They bring a
Thiago.
leader.
Not Ramos.
They didn't take him.
Ramos
or
is a
that-
leader. He should have
Wow.
been on that squad.
They
for
need that
sure.
type of leadership and experience in that team
Exactly.
from someone like Sergio Ramos, who's been there, done that, won everything. You need that guy there.
It's been a crazy time for that Spain team. You know, they haven't been in the best of form lately.
Yeah.
Sure, they've won. I think it was 4 out of the last 6, but they are still missing a number 9 presence at the top. You can't always, Alvaro Morata is not that guy.
No.
He is not that guy.
Is
And
that who's gonna be starting for them?
that's their.
Who else is the strikers?
No more Iñaki Williams. Iñaki Williams plays for Ghana.
They didn't bring Iñaki.
Iñaki Williams changed nationality.
Where'd he go?
Ghana.
Ghana. Oh, is he playing?
He's playing for Ghana.
Dude, he's so.
Nico
sick,
Williams,
Atletico
Iñaki's brother's
Bilbao.
playing for Spain. So you can. There's different ways you can line it up. You can put Ferran Torres in that number 9 spot, but
He's
it's
alright.
again, it's do you want Ferran in that 9 or do you want him on the wing? You can play Ansu Fati in that down the middle, or do you want him on down the middle?
Ferran Torres is for Fernando Torres back.
Who knows? Maybe he channels his inner Fernando Torres.
Dude, I
and-
love Fernando Torres.
back in the day, man.
Yeah,
Shout out
that's a
Fernando Torres. All right, yeah. What else?
Have you guys heard? What do you guys think that it's happening in Qatar? Because I know Qatar is not really that good of a country, right?
Country, yes.
So what do you guys think of them hosting the World Cup?
Like,
Honestly, they
like
have
Sepp
a-
Blatter said earlier, I believe it was earlier this year, at the time when he was FIFA president, he said it was the biggest mistake he's done. And if that tells you enough, like when that country won the bid, country was barely developing. They didn't even have stadiums, they had
Yes.
nothing.
And you
So-
saw that in the FIFA Uncovered documentary on Netflix. And you saw the U.S. officials, Bill Clinton, and the Mexico officials, and everybody in the room all gasped for air because they didn't expect Qatar to win. And like you said, Chris, that city was barely being built, and they had a lot of mystery deaths on the way of building all the stadiums. And
What was it? 6,000
yes,
mysterious deaths
Yeah.
of migrant workers.
and the head Qatari official who coordinated the Qatar bid denied every claim. After the communications director came on record as a whistleblower and said, it might be because of that, and they offered so much money to the executive members to get Qatar in, and yeah, that country is, I don't know.
And on top of that, they were very underpaid. They get random people. They told them, "Hey, come work. You're gonna get paid this and that,
Mhm.
certain amount." Just for them to get very underpaid, way below minimum wage, and risk their lives. Many of them have lost their lives. Probably the most deaths to build a World Cup stadium.
hmm And then look at right now today they just banned alcohol.
which is
for
nuts
around the
because
World Cup
Budweiser
stage.
is the World Cup's
Yes,
sponsor and booze.
that-
Dude,
mhm.
how is that? So
Because
Main sponsor.
in Qatar and I could be wrong, there's a very strict ban on alcohol and the consumption of alcohol, and especially their big thing is acting a fool in public, and
Yeah.
especially because sometimes it happens, especially coming out of games like that, it happens.
Yes.
But you promised earlier this year that the consumption of alcohol was going to be okay in designated fan areas inside the stadium, and to run back. Qatar's run back on a lot of promises. Qatar earlier this year also said there's big problems with the LGBTQ plus community, heading to Qatar because of the fact that Qatari officials aren't so friendly toward them. They ban. I think I read somewhere that the least amount of prison sentence is a $5,000 fine, $500,000 fine, or 7 years in jail for active acts of love, kissing, stuff like that in public. But they've come on record and said to FIFA that it's okay, we accept that because we're allowing so many people into this country, but at the same time it's like you promised booze, you're rolling that back. How much do you trust the Qatari officials to keep that promise on that? Not only that, the fact that they promised so many people great housing, great accommodations
Yes.
for Qatar, and you've seen videos on Twitter
Yeah.
of them living in
Tents.
tents.
Tents?
Tents.
They're like camping
Yes.
right now?
Tents.
Oh
Yes.
shoot!
And two comments that I want to make. Okay, like Lorenzo said, they ban booze because they don't want people to act like a fool. But when a team or a country wins the World Cup, what are they going to celebrate with? Usually they have champagne in the locker room. They give everybody a champagne shower, and it's really disappointing on how it came to be. And my last comment is Qatar is probably not going to get another hosting bid at all after all these allegations, after all this controversy going on. I think they're out of a Nets bid in
Or
the
just
World
like
Cup.
Russia. Just
Yes.
everything
Russia, yeah.
that's just going to
But-
be.
But the thing with Russia is Blatter and Putin had something going on.
Oh, 100%. Shout out
And-
to Chef Jesus in the chat for calling it the Fire World Cup Festival. That
Oh my
that
God,
reminds me
that's
so
a
much
good
of Fire
reference. Oh my
Festival
God. I've
and
seen
all
that
those broken promises
documentary.
Yeah.
about oh, we're gonna give you this, we're gonna give you that, and now they were living in tents eating sandwiches. Like
Tanacon.
the
Oh my
Tanacon.
God.
Oh my God.
Talk about the containers that they're gonna be living in, the quote unquote containers. It's like over 1,000 a night,
Yes.
and it's a
Thousand?
small containers. It's just boxes right next to each
Weird.
other.
It's
so weird.
Also,
Oh.
you think, so to on a like a sweeter note, what about what are your rankings on the World Cup jerseys this year? 'Cause I know there's a story in the newspaper that Gabriel wrote, and it was about the rankings of the World Cup jerseys. So what are
Gabriel
your
who?
Gabriel Angulo.
Gabriel Angulo
Gabriel Angulo.
that writes for our paper, and I was wondering, what are you guys' favorite jerseys this year?
Argentina away. Argentina away.
Dude, Argentina's is like so classic. Like you can't go
Argentina
wrong.
away
Yeah.
though.
Away
The
though?
purple,
The
the
purple, dude, it's
white,
doing too
the
much.
tint is
Doing too
nice
much.
though.
I have to go Mexico away.
Yeah,
Bring it
look
right
at
on.
this.
Mexico
That-
right
dude,
on. I
it's-
have to
the-
go Mexico.
Fuego,
The
bro.
You
combination
got
of
Mexico, but yeah, I have to go with the away jersey for Mexico. To me, that one's very pretty.
the combination
The
of
design
colors.
and everything. I
Yeah,
think
Adidas
my
did really
opinion, Adidas this year for
Yeah.
this World Cup once again did a very good job with most jerseys.
Better than Nike.
Oh yeah, did you see the USA with the big old
Well, that's supposed to be like a.
turtleneck?
It's supposed to be like an homage to football jerseys. You know
Homage.
how it looks like the jerseys? It's like it's the logo, it's the USA symbol in the front.
Yeah.
Got the lines. It's supposed to be an homage to like the gridiron, the football jerseys. It's gonna be. It's crazy, you know. And to go back to Qatar and the sanctions going on, you know, they were telling press you're gonna have free range in Qatar.
Oh,
you
yeah.
have all those press passes, and then there's a video that releases about maybe 2 days ago
Yeah.
where
Via Barstool Sports.
Barstool Sports, where a reporter's outside, Qatari officials come up and threaten him, saying, "Hey, you can't record here. There's no filming allowed."
And they took the camera away.
They threatened to destroy his camera,
Yeah.
and it's again, you go back to that same thing. Do you trust Qatar to cover all those broken promises that they have, that they've said that they're going to keep? You know, it's like Noah said. I agree that they're never going to get another host bid. I think FIFA's doing a great job of internally weeding out all the bribery scandals,
Yes.
all of that. You know, now we're going to get back to the real football of finding out, you know, who deserves to host a cup. You know, who deserves it. It's going to go back to the seedings.
Yeah, they currently have one Ethical member that was a part of that big old scam, and just like Lorenzo said, they're cleaning house. And with the new FIFA president, what's his name? The bald-headed guy.
Yeah.
He's doing a fantastic job too.
I know. And then going back to like you rating the jerseys. To be honest, I think I would go for Italy because I'm looking at it right now and their blue color
But
is
they're
just
not in the
so.
World Cup.
Yeah.
I
They're
wish
not
they were
in
in
the
the
World
World
Cup.
Cup.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I
Okay.
wish.
I'm sorry. I don't
That's
really know
okay.
that much.
USA away though. The USA away, same blue
No.
style that
I
you
just
have.
like. I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, this is pretty nice.
Or you know, like France,
Japan,
France
bro.
away though.
But
France
Fran-
away.
I mean,
Yeah.
France is both home and away are just nice.
gorgeous.
I think
Has a
Nike
dark
did a good
heat.
job with that
It's a
one.
dark blue. The France away. If you look into the design of it,
With some
it's got
gold.
the Arc de Triomphe. It's got footballers. It's got paintings. It's really gorgeous. That kid is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of the U.S., they haven't made the World Cup in 8 years, and then they just had a couple of snubs.
Snubs. I would say snubs. I mean, Ricardo
Okay,
Pepi.
Yes.
is a-
and
is-
Stefan.
Zach Steffen. Zach Steffen has been playing well for Middlesbrough.
What-
I get that.
What about attacking mid Max Tillman?
Max Tillman's again. It's all these guys are all. I agree with his snubs. I agree with what Greg Berhalter was doing. Ricardo Pepi is very young. He's very young. I don't
Yeah.
think he's had enough time to prove himself. You know, with FC Groningen in the Eredivisie, I think Zach Steffen hasn't been playing well for Middlesbrough. You know, that's why Man City loaned him out. He's usually the backup goalkeeper for City.
Right.
You know, Max Tillman hasn't been playing the best either. These guys are all very young, very inexperienced. This US team that he has now has had those, like you said, the 8 years of qualifying together, playing together, learning Berhalter's system.
Chemistry.
You know, it's got the chemistry. They've got the way they're not coming into this blind like some people, you know, who are just getting called up, or, you know, it's going to be their first time with the national squad. You know, this is their time to really gel. I really think, you know, if Mia has anything else to say, we can jump right in predictions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the chat. Chef Jesus said, to be honest, I'll be scared to go watch a game in Qatar. Mad L.
Yes. No,
I
he's
would be
yes.
scared.
completely right. It's weird. You know, you go through this whole process of, to get tickets to a World Cup, it's a whole year in advance. You have to
a
do
whole
this.
process,
It's
yeah.
a
Oh, it
whole
is?
process.
You
You
have
know,
to register.
you have to register. You have to get like a first set of tickets, and then there's a second set. If you don't get the first time, it's like a raffle almost.
Hey, that's a good thing to know when the World Cup comes
To
in
the U.S. I know.
2026.
I'm already planning that out.
Yes.
But,
I think
you know-
everybody on the chat should be playing that.
You know, it's a whole process, and these people who've paid thousands and thousands of dollars, you know, are living in terrible conditions. You know, you paid so much money to fly to this other country to watch your team play, and not even have, you know, air conditioning.
Yep. And then, your head's going to be on the swivel if you go to Qatar.
It's
Yeah.
a looking over your shoulder game.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Arturo Bustamante,
Yes, I
goalkeeper
just
for
saw
Rio
that.
Hondo
Yes.
College.
They
He's
just
asking-
won him. They just won in PKs in the semifinal versus.
He just he's
Congrats
asking
to
us
the
who our dark
Midwest,
horses
yeah.
are. We just said dark horse.
I chose Wales as the dark horse.
Denmark.
I had Switzerland.
yeah.
I'm going to go for Canada. I actually
She's
don't
gonna
know
go-
what a dark
she's
horse
switching
Mia's
is.
gonna go Canada. That's
Okay.
actually a great pick. That's a
Italian,
great pick.
Italian.
My dark horse is
I
Uruguay.
like maple syrup.
The dark horse for me is Spain.
Awesome. So that's gonna be our,
Okay.
and then our producer
Japan.
Adon saying Japan in the back.
Hop
You know,
on.
Japón.
love
Oh
it.
my god.
Anything else before we jump into predictions?
Yes, I have
Luis-
something.
well,
Luis, we missed him.
yeah, he got something. He's on the chat. He's like, Mexico gonna win for sure.
Oh,
Ooh.
shout
out Luis.
you
Okay,
for
Shout out Luis.
Speaking of Mexico, and speaking of Luis
Arturo
saying,
has Canada.
Nice.
yeah, speaking of Luis saying Mexico's gonna win, did you know someone put just $100K down on Mexico to win the World Cup? $100K.
There goes his.
There goes
Big-
100K.
Big mattress.
That's 100K down the drain.
Big mattress Matt bet.
I like that. Though.
Do you think that person's gonna win?
No. Oh no.
Dude,
Sorry.
Whoever put 100K down,
I
you're
would put
terrible.
100K if they make it past the round of
I would have put
16.
100.
Oh,
I would have put 100K down if they had a gun to my head.
So on
I
the
think they are because they have the fifth most second round appearances in World Cup history.
But at the same time, you look. We'll jump. You ready? Can we jump into predictions? Anything else?
Well, we got
Yes.
some stuff on the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah.
Wait, I wanna
Nate-
answer Nate's
yeah.
question about our thoughts of Mexico not picking up Lainez.
Ugh.
I think he should have gone.
He
He's
should
young.
have gone.
He's fast. He has that skill. Him and Santiago Jimenez should have been in this Mexico's team.
Oh, 100%.
They bring the
100%.
firepower though.
But I mean, look, they brought in Raul Jimenez. I like the guy in the Prem. He was good. He had a
Raul
good run
Jimenez
before
hasn't been
that
the
injury.
same guy
He hasn't been the
since
same.
the head injury.
And he hasn't even played in months, and you're gonna trust him to go into the World Cup and automatically start
Hot.
scoring goal for us? I honestly think he should have been dropped. We would have had a better chance with Chicharito. In my opinion, he still has it.
But
he did a good
Chicharito's
season
not
with the
gonna come
Galaxy.
back.
He won't. It's all politics. He
Yep.
won't come back.
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
something.
It's
come
true.
back.
It's all politics, but like I said, Lainez and Santiago Jimenez should have been in that.
Oh, 100%. Diego Lainez has been tearing it up. He's still for Betis, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's still with Betis. He's still.
He's
I
getting
know-
more appearances.
He's getting more appearances. He's
Starting
finally
to
cooking up with
Take those
Betis.
steps.
You know, Santi Jimenez, who's top scorer in the Europa League.
Yep.
You know, he's while young. Both Diego Lainez and Santi Jimenez are young. You still have the chance. You know that they can turn up. You have the World Cup is all about giving these young players the experience. You look at all these famous young players who had great World Cups and gone on to do successful things. Look at James Rodriguez
Well,
in
Kylian
2014,
Mbappe won the
Kylian
World
Mbappe
Cup.
in 2018.
Yeah, in 2018.
You know, these guys had the chances with their squads, and look where they are now. They're doing great things. James is in the unfortunately the decline of his
Yeah.
career, but Kylian Mbappe is on the way up. He's still the youngster that he is.
He's plateauing, bro.
We'll
We'll see at those World Cup.
Calm
down,
I'm excited
calm
to
down.
see him.
The
I'm
players
excited to
that
see
we're talking about Mexico, what position are they?
Diego Lainez is a right winger, and Santi Jimenez is a striker.
Okay, speaking of strikers, they have Raul Jimenez, age 31, Henry Martin, age 29, and and Rodrigo Nunes, age 31. The reason why I bring up the ages, it's a big question mark. How are these veterans going to keep up with these youngsters in the World Cup?
The vets, and especially Rogelio Funes Mori, who's been, Tata Martino's guy. He's been his guy.
He's had very good seasons with Monterrey. He scored in the MX. He's done good things there, but
for the national team,
and the national team
can't seem to do it.
These guys that he brought up, like Henry, he's good in his club, but in the national team, they haven't really, at least convinced me,
It's favoritism
for them to be in the World Cup or let alone even start a game.
right, Chris? It's favoritism.
Oh, you know what?
When it comes
Correction,
down to
yeah.
it, it's favoritism.
Arturo's right. Diego Lainez is playing for SC Braga in La Liga NOS.
right.
Okay.
That's true. He went out alone. I
He
believe.
did go on
Yeah,
loan,
yeah.
but he's still tearing it up. He's still doing
Doing
great.
good.
Yeah, dude, he just needs more appearances. That's why I feel like that's why I was like Lanet's gonna shine through.
It should have been his World Cup breakthrough.
It should have.
Yes.
Like how Chucky Lozano was in 2018.
But you
That
can also
would've
make the argument for Chucky now. Chucky had a great World Cup,
Mhm.
goes to Napoli.
He doesn't
The
play
changing
over
of
there.
managers really
Messed
killed him.
up.
It killed him.
I'll say this about Chucky. I heard that he was, obviously he's probably the best player Mexico have right now, but he came in as like pretty much the worst,
In the worst
season,
form.
the worst form.
Yeah.
So
He's-
that should tell you enough, like what we're dealing with in the World Cup. Like
Mhm.
I feel like I said, this team, like I want to give them a chance, and I will cheer for them, but there's some very controversial picks in my opinion from Tata.
So we're gonna move on to predictions. I have the bracket pulled up. I sent it to our producer, so he's gonna pull it up alongside us when we switch out. So we're gonna start with Group A.
Are we just gonna do the top
Chris,
two?
can you say why we have a background? Someone asked, "What's that background noise?" Can you-
Oh yeah. So the background noise is happening, and it's like a little buzzy noise. I know. I'm so sorry for that inconvenience. But
Well, Mr.
this
Producer,
video
what are
will
you
be
doing?
uploaded after, and we're gonna edit out that backing noise, so it will be gone as soon as we upload this video. So sorry about that inconvenience.
And Arturo said, "Name your starting 11 for Mexico."
Oh God. It's Memo Ochoa in goal for sure.
For sure.
That whole midfield is so interchangeable, but it doesn't matter because they're not gonna do anything.
Dude.
Raul, I'm gonna start a 4-4-2.
Don't they always run 4-4-3?
Yeah,
They run
4-4-3. I read
4-3-3.
something that
They run a
always
4-3-3.
run
I don't
4-4-3.
like the wingers because I think they could benefit from having two strikers
Yeah.
and running a partnership in Rogelio Funes Mori and Raul Jimenez. Raul Jimenez as a target player, and then Funes Mori, holding up. Also, maybe we can, Lozano can play in a midfielder kind of pushing forward role. I don't know. They don't have the wingers to do so. I just don't think so.
If they don't have the wingers, then why do they have 7 central mids on their roster? And is that a good amount for a World Cup roster? I don't think so, because like Lorenzo said, you're lacking position spots. You're lacking the right winger. You're probably lacking another
You
striker.
lack the wingers. You lack. The fact is, because if they run a 4-3-3, which they always do, you lack the positions. You putting players out of position. It's not, it's not the way you're doing it. In midfield, you're gonna have, Jorge Sanchez. You're gonna have these players like Edson Alvarez for Ajax, who's been great. Apparently, he's gonna go to Chelsea. HH Andres Guardado. That's gonna be your starting midfield again. HH is old. He's old. Andres Guardado, old. Still playing for Betis. HH playing for the Houston Dynamo in MLS. These players are just they're just too old.
I like that they brought in Eric Gutierrez too.
He's been
season.
great.
He had a good season.
He had a very good season, so that's a perfect guy to have in there.
I want Carlos Rodriguez to have a breakout year. I really think, from what I've seen of Carlos Rodriguez, I think he can do it. I think he has the potential to pull out of Liga MX and maybe jump into a Premier League side. Maybe, the Brentfords. He could jump into Newcastle. Newcastle lack some decent midfielding talent. I'm taking shots at Newcastle. He could jump into a Crystal
they're
Palace
doing
line.
good.
They're a great team, but
Yeah.
again, they need the defensive. Crystal Palace. He could walk into a Crystal Palace team easy. I think Mexico really just don't. When we jump into predictions, we'll get into Group C. I'll give my explanation as to why. Because you look at that Group C lineup,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
dangerous. Let's start with Group A.
Yes.
Yeah. Are we gonna get the bracket on the?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna pull up the bracket.
Where do you want to start off?
We're gonna start with Group A.
Okay.
We'll start with Group A.
I'll start off with my predictions, like the 1, 2, 3, 4. So who I have topping the group is the Netherlands, of course. Those guys are pretty big names throughout that whole team. You know, and they finally are going to. I think they had time to mesh with each other, and Van Dijk is going to be that captain of that team, and he's going to lead his squad to being first in that group. And I believe, it's tough for me. I think Senegal still, even losing Mane, they're going to come in second. Then Ecuador third, and then Qatar fourth.
100%.
Yeah, I think it was pretty valid.
That's definitely that's how it's pretty chalk, in my opinion. I mean, you could switch out Ecuador or Senegal, but you know Senegal. I feel like they have more talent. That one, what was his name? He's not playing anymore.
Sadio Mane.
Yeah, that's a tough loss, but I feel like they could beat Ecuador or at least draw. They'll just get enough points to move on to the next round.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in agreement. The Flying Dutchmen are gonna top the group. Players like Memphis Depay, who is gonna earn himself a transfer out of Barcelona with a great performance here. Players like a partnership of Matthias de Ligt, and Virgil van Dijk. I was about to say Serginho Dest, thinking he's still playing for the Dutch team. No, he's in USMNT. Tyrell Malacia of Manchester United. I think he really finds his form again here at the World Cup. He starts at left back. I think
De Jong.
Frank De Jong is gonna have a decent World Cup, but I just don't think nobody's gonna pay for De Jong, so there's no point in it, like really just talking about him because he's gonna stay at Barcelona even though they treat him horribly. He doesn't get paid. I just think he's gonna always be a Barca boy through and through, so he doesn't matter anymore. I'm a Madrid fan. I'm gonna be biased.
All right, Group B.
No.
Oh, they have to go too.
Oh, that's right.
Sure. Yeah. So we have it going through for sure.
Yeah. So you guys decide how you guys want.
Group A predictions.
I think Netherlands.
The
Honestly,
Netherlands top the group.
I think so.
Who comes in second?
Maybe Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Ooh, okay.
Jose Cifuentes, shout out LAFC, sending 3 Ecuadorians to the World Cup. Chris.
You know what? Obviously, I think I'm gonna go with Netherlands on top. I'm not convinced by them as being like going far, but they do have the talent to top the group. I believe they could. Second, I have to go with Senegal. Yeah, they don't have Mane, but dude, they're just Senegal. They have very good players. They have a lot of talent. I think Ecuador is gonna. It could flip between Ecuador and Senegal, but I'm gonna go ahead and put Ecuador in the third, and obviously Qatar in the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the cherry on top. Of course, Netherlands on top. I think everybody knows that they have experience. And then Senegal second, and Ecuador third, and then the host team Qatar. I don't think they have enough. They're gonna be in fourth.
Sure. So, we have Group A. It's gonna be the Flying Dutchman in number 1 spot. Senegal 2.
Holland.
Ecuador 3. Qatar 4.
Banana.
Cute.
Shout out Nate for LAFC with the little emoji next to it. The throw up emoji.
Oh.
Ooh on Nate.
It's okay. We're still mad at them too. Okay. We're still mad.
Alrighty, Group B. We'll start it off with Chris again.
So Group B, honestly, it's a pretty good group.
This is where the arguing is gonna start.
So
Here we go. The gloves are off.
the English they either do good well in their group stage or they just completely plummet.
Or
It's
they
so
plummet
random.
in the knockout
Yeah,
stage.
it's so weird. But I feel like England has those players playing in the Premier League, of course, and they just don't have chemistry each year. They never have chemistry with each other. But I still believe they do have enough of firepower to get them to the top of the group. So I'm gonna go England. Second for me is gonna be, because I chose Wales on my sleeper, of course. Wales is 2. That's pretty. Honestly, I think Wales is gonna come in 2. U.S. 3rd. Iran 4th.
No. Whatever.
All right,
Go, Matthew.
all right.
All right. I think England, even though there's a lot of doubts going on with the England squad, they're still gonna top the group. They're gonna get their revenge against the USA, the war.
Oh my God. The war.
FIFA World Cup was.
Yes.
Yes.
They're gonna get their revenge.
Yes.
And then I got USA going in second. I like their team. Honestly, every time I've only seen them play when they play Mexico, and we get our butts kicked every time against USA.
Hey, we've been
Really?
clapping the U.S.
So,
We're
you
clapping
know,
Mexico.
I like Pulisic. That fool is like, yes, that
LeBron
he's
James of
So
soccer.
LeBron James of soccer.
yes,
Whoa, I didn't know
That-
that.
No way.
he is balling. But we'll see how he reacts on the big stage. But I got USA second, Wales third, Iran.
It's going to be practically the same thing. England topped the group. England's team this year, I think, just after Euro 2020, really just they needed that spark. I think Gareth Southgate really is going to be in the hot seat. I think if England perform horribly, he's out as manager. He's getting sacked. I think if they get out of the quarterfinals, I think it's going to be a success for them. What I want to say is England are going to be great, even though they did leave out Fikayo Tomori of AC Milan. You know, you leave out Jadon Sancho of Manchester United. You're leaving out some decent players. You know, Ivan Toney, who has been caught by the English FA for betting on, football. It's
Another Pete Rose story.
practically,
Yeah.
and it's like, we don't know what the outcome is going to be with Brentford and his club, his domestic club, but I don't think he deserves to go anyway. I think you take somebody like a Jadon Sancho to come back in. You take off another striker spot and add Fikayo Tomori. So England are going to top the group. USA going to come 2, just because I'm going to say this. USA 2 because they've had 8 years to gel with each other. Seeing the veterans come out of that squad and have the kids come in, they're really going to be a decent team this World Cup. I think this. I don't expect them to go completely far. I think what happens here is this is the setup to 2026, and they use the 2026, to you hopefully win it all. That's my hope. They win it here at home. But USA 2. I'm gonna go Wales 3, just because. Even though I love Gareth Bale, shout out Gareth Bale and LAFC for but I just don't think that squad has enough talent in it. These players. You have Wayne Hennessy in goal, former Crystal Palace keeper, who is he's in his late 30s, and it's like Gareth Bale also is getting up there in age. You have some youngsters like Harry Wilson, Dan James, but you're relying on people like Aaron Ramsey, to come back and find form. Aaron Ramsey hasn't been in form
Croatia did it.
for 10 years.
2018.
Yes, Croatia did it in 2018.
They did it 2018.
But I
That's
just
all I'm gonna
think
say.
Wales don't have the talent Croatia did. Croatia still had the talent in 2018. Wales still lack it heavily.
I'm telling you, just look out for Wales.
So Wales going to be 3, Iran 4.
I'd probably be England. Maybe Wales. USA.
And 2 for
Iran. I'm
Wales.
sorry,
Told
Iran.
you.
2 for US, 2 for Wales. And then 3rd and 4th.
Iran's last, and then you. I'm sorry.
Iran's last. Chris.
This one's a very 50-50 for me, but man, I have to give it to England. Yeah, they're missing key players. Reece James is out. Kyle Walker's out. Can they trust Trent Alexander to do his job and defend? But the whole squad is there. They, if they could have that 2018 like run, I think they'll do fine. So I'm gonna go with England first. Obviously, I'm gonna go with USA second. They have a young squad that I think they have what it takes to top the group as well. But I'm gonna give England that edge on that game. I'll have to go with Wales on 3rd. Like you said, they have Gareth Bale, very good player. Thank you for that chip, Bale, and the LAFC. But I don't think they have that depth. I don't think they can beat a team like England or USA and Iran. I think they're gonna stay for sure.
No.
No doubt about it.
Of course, England for me first because Robbie Keane. He's this goal scoring machine. Second, I have USA because they're an energetic squad and players to look out for. They got Pulisic, of course, McKinney, Aronson, and Reina. And then Wales 3, and then Iran 4.
So it looks like the general consensus is that the U.S. is going to come in 2, which, shout out the U.S., even though that really doesn't help the U.S. squad, especially just because now in the first round of 16 matchup, it's going to be Dutch taking on the U.S. That's more on that later. Group C.
So
The group.
I'm ready to talk
group
about Let's go.
C.
I'm
We're going to talk a lot of
I'm
smack.
ready
today.
to defend Mexico.
okay.
here.
Dude, I hate to admit it, bro, but I have a weird feeling Mexico's gonna top the group, bro.
No,
I swear to
what
you.
are you
I don't know.
doing?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know why.
I like
dude.
that. I
But,
like that pick.
No,
dude.
oh
We've
my
been
God.
losing so much. It's just like, they're gonna.
Are you that controversial pick that's like, oh, Tata Martino's been losing this entire build-up just to be a baller at the
I
World
believed
Cup?
it. Honestly, I'm a believer that Tata Martino's playing mind games against Argentina. They're not gonna lose against Argentina. I think that it's gonna be either a draw or a 1-0 win. It's either one of those, and it's gonna come off a set piece. Something
The
like that.
Argentinian media has been saying that Saudi Arabia is going to be a tougher fight and Mexico's going to be the easier one. So
Dude,
we'll see.
I don't know
Hey,
how though.
yeah.
But like Mexico is gonna top the group. Argentina second. Poland. Dude, I'm not convinced by Poland's team. And then Saudi Arabia. But Tuesday is gonna be a big game for them because they are playing against Poland. If Mexico loses against Poland, they're out. That's it.
That's 100% true.
That's it.
Wow,
It-
one and done.
Well, because you
One
look
and
at
done?
when you look at the fixtures after
Yeah.
that, you play Argentina next.
Oh,
dude.
okay.
You have
I get
to
it.
beat
I get it.
Poland,
Okay.
draw to Argentina, lose, or you can lose to
Yeah.
Argentina, and you have to beat Saudi Arabia.
But right, Mexico's gonna. I think Tata Martino's playing mind games, bro.
They're off
100
Is that-
IQ
is
player
that-
here.
Is that a confirmed lot? If Mexico
first and
loses the first game?
Yeah, it's
Practically,
confirmed.
unless they somehow beat Argentina,
Yeah.
which the odds are against
Oh.
them,
Yeah.
you have to beat Saudi Arabia in the
Oof.
last game.
Who's your number 2?
Number 2, it's Argentina for sure. Argentina 2, and then Poland 3, Saudi Arabia last.
All right. I'm going to be a little more realistic here.
Thank you.
Argentina is going to win the group pretty decisively. Mexico might give them a game, just like how they surprised us against Germany, and maybe they pull out a win. But
Mhm.
Argentina is going to top the
A
group.
win's asking for too much. Keep it to a draw, man.
What was that?
A win's asking for too much. Keep it
Yeah.
at a draw.
Draw. But I'm gonna say Argentina tops the group. Mexico is gonna get second. They're gonna sneak in. That Poland game, I feel like a lot of people are writing off Poland. But it's gonna be close. The Mexico team, there's not that much high hopes, but they could definitely beat Poland. They could beat Saudi Arabia. It's gonna be that Argentina game that really decides everything, and Poland's not gonna beat Argentina either. So Mexico's gonna get second place, and then we're gonna go Poland third, Saudi Arabia fourth.
Yeah. I'm gonna be very realistic here. Argentina topping that group, no question. They might even win it 3. They have 3 wins out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest prediction that I've got. They will win it 3 out of 3. Mexico is the one that's gonna give them a fight. Poland might give them a fight.
Mm-hmm.
The big thing is the fight for second. The second place team, will face the winner of Group D, which is not gonna be an easy game. Whoever wins or whoever loses, it's gonna be. I'm gonna say Mexico. No, I'm changing my pick. It's Poland.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I can't get behind Mexico and that attack. I can't get behind that midfield. I think even though Robert Lewandowski has had a terrible history playing for the national team,
Every season.
I think he really I don't think he even finds his form. I think they just scrape by with the players around him, and maybe he has a big goal here or there. I think Poland come 2. I think Mexico 3, Saudi Arabia 4. Yeah.
I think it would have to be Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2.
Poland.
I
like
I like the upsets.
Let's go, Mia.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, because I looked up, I did like research and shit and stuff like that. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
it wasn't me this
I'm
time.
sorry,
It wasn't me
I'm
this
sorry,
time.
I'm
This
sorry.
time. It
I'm
wasn't
so
Lorenzo
sorry.
this time.
Okay.
Usually
They're
it's
just
Lorenzo.
getting me really heated right now because they're saying all these picks and I'm not agreeing with them.
All right.
It's okay. So I looked up and I said that one noticeable aspect in the World Cup history is that the home team has been overperforming. On 6 occasions, the home team has won the competition. What do you think?
Well, Saudi Arabia they're right next to Qatar.
So
They're neighbors.
it's practically a home game for them.
Yeah.
It's practically they're so used to the climate. They're so used to those times of playing. I think those are pretty valid picks, to be honest with you. I think
Yeah,
maybe they don't beat Argentina, but they can beat. So Mia's picks were Argentina, Saudi Arabia, and who are your 3, 4?
It's gonna be Poland and then Mexico.
Mexico killing and dying in the group.
Oh,
I like it. I like it.
Wow.
Mexico
Never
dead
happened.
last.
Never
I love it.
Wow.
Chris.
Yeah. I'm going to have to give Argentina the first spot. They've been in a huge unbeaten run. They're on a roll. They got Messi. What can we say? They're a very well put squad together, you know, and they're all very tight, very together. They're all a whole unit together. So I have to give Argentina the edge. Second, I'm gonna go with Mexico, and it may be biased for me, but every time Mexico are doubted a lot, they play good with their backs against the wall. We've seen it in Russia with Germany. No one believed in Mexico. Oh, Mexico's not gonna beat Germany. They're the defending world champs at the time. We beat them 1-0. Who's to say we can't pull it off again? But I'm gonna have to give it Mexico the second. Poland, I'm gonna give them the third. They don't have the walk. They're going to third to me. And Saudi Arabia fourth. They're used to that climate. It's almost their territory, but I mean, against Poland, Mexico, and Argentina, let's be realistic.
That's true.
Come on, no.
I think easy for me. First place is Argentina. Fat speed for himself. Argentina with Messi, etc. Number 2, Mexico. Number 3, Poland, and number 4, Saudi Arabia.
So damn, the general consensus is going to be Argentina 1, Mexico 2, Poland 3, Saudi Arabia 4.
Yeah.
Let's jump to Group D.
So let's start with Group D. So Group D, I feel like France got bailed out in this group for sure. France got bailed out.
No.
Yeah,
No.
dude. I feel like France it's easy money for them. They've been here, but also it's a curse. It's been a general known curse that teams that won the World Cup, the last World Cup, don't make it past.
So you're not believing it. You're not believing in Mbappe.
Look at Germany.
But you look
the
at
thing is
Germany in 2018. Germany had the team in
but
2018, and then
they're
it's just
older
like
as well.
they just didn't realize that they didn't come to play football. They just stood around
Alright.
and what was happening.
So here it is. Denmark won, France 2, only because they were so young. They brought a lot of young kids with them.
yes.
And I feel like if they crash and burn, it won't be too bad because the next 4 years they're already
have
gonna
these
have a
kids in the
top-notch team
core.
and they're gonna be contending again. So that's the only reason why I put France at 2. Australia has,
Socceroos.
they're actually solid. And then last I put Tunisia Tunisia would be last for me. So it would be Denmark, France, Australia, Tunisia.
For me, Denmark's gonna top the group. I have them as the little sleeper that's gonna make a little run.
Mm-hmm.
But France is gonna get the second spot. They're gonna end up getting that tough draw from the Group C in the knockout stage. We'll get to that later. But and then I think Tunisia's they get third. They surprise people. They probably give one of the top 2 teams a game. But it's gonna be one of those groups where it's a toss-up between 1 and 2 like the previous ones. And Australia 4th, they're gonna disappoint. Sorry.
Ooh. So yeah, I agree. France have not been in the run of form that they've always been in. I think it's that hangover of getting knocked out in Euro 2020. They went into Euro 2020 pretty confident. Then to get knocked out by Switzerland, my sleeper. I think they really have been reeling. They haven't won a game in their last. I think it was their last 3 games, last 4,
Last 3.
last 3, and it's like you really can't rely on those youngsters. They're young. They don't have the experience. You're taking Real Madrid's Aurelien Tchouameni and Eduardo Camavinga, great talents. They've never played in a World Cup. They don't have that experience like the 2 players that they were supposed to be filling those roles in, Paul Pogba and N'Golo Kante. These guys, they're not there yet. They will. They'll get there. I 100% believe both Tchouameni and Camavinga are going to get there at some point, but not now. Not now. I think Denmark have had a great run of form. Christian Eriksen, after suffering that cardiac arrest in Euro 2020, for having to give Euro that boost, Denmark that boost in that competition to have them come back. They played it fantastic. And saying that, Denmark have beat France in their last 2 meetings. So Denmark tops the group, then it goes to France, Australia, Tunisia. Yeah.
For Group D, I think it would probably be France. What is the other side?
Denmark.
No, Denmark would be 3. Tunisia would be 4.
Australia.
Would be 2nd.
Wow. Socceroos. All right.
Kangaroos.
I like that. I can get behind that pick sometimes.
Didgeridoo.
They have some. They're pretty hardcore.
Zebra.
Shrimp on the barbie.
Outback.
For me, Group D, I'm going with the champs, the defending champs, France. I know, like you said, it's been a known curse. Every champ doesn't do very good. Defending champ doesn't do very good in the World Cup. They almost didn't even escape the group stages. But I'm going with France. They have young talent. I know they want it. Benzema had a phenomenal year with Real Madrid, Ballon d'Or. Great talent, Mbappe, Camavinga. I think they still have a solid squad. They're missing out Pogba, they're missing out Kante, but I think they have it in the bag to top the group. So I'm going with France. Second, I'm going with Denmark. You said their talent. They have a lot of talent. Maybe a draw with France. That's what I'm predicting there. Third, I have to go with Australia, the Socceroos. I'm sorry, but they're going to third for me, and Tunisia fourth.
All right.
All right. First place for me, France. Mbappe can't be stopped. Second, I'm going with the Aussies. 3, I'm going with Denmark. And fourth is Turkey,
Tunisia.
right?
Tunisia.
Sorry.
Wow.
So did we split?
I think we did.
We split.
So I think
So just put Denmark over France.
we should just put Denmark over
Just Denmark
France.
over France. But before we get into this Group E,
Group E,
Group
yes.
E, I'd just like
Group
to say,
E.
whoever's watching the chat, make sure you guys are spreading the link to your friends so they could also join the live. And I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. So as we get into Group E,
So yeah, before we go on, the general consensus is going to be France, Denmark, Australia.
Hey, chat, let us know your picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't change it. It's going to be Denmark at number 1. 1, 2, 1. Denmark, 1,
Yes.
France, 2.
Yes. Thank you.
Like
Adam.
that.
Thank you.
And
Because it
I'll-
sets up
Okay.
a lot of what a lot of people are predicting to be the round of 16. And it's going to be, we'll
Yeah.
get into that later. So Group E.
Group E. I like to call this group of death A.
Group, yeah.
I like to say there's 2 group of deaths in this World Cup. I would like to start off with you have 2 old World Cup winners in this group. You have Germany, and then you have Spain. But I feel like I could go either way. But I do have Spain. You know what's weird? Because whoever set this up is exactly how I picture the group. I picture
The
a
matchmakers.
Spain.
This is actually
Go-
FIFA.
top
This
it-
is FIFA.
Yes,
Uh,
actually,
this is-
really?
this is their
FIFA actually
actual-
had it
That's how
like
they
that?
seeded it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
Oh,
weird
wow.
because I do have
That's
Spain
good.
going
That's a
first,
good setup.
Germany going second, Japan going third, and Costa Rica last.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that how they set up is exactly how I thought of it. Or I could honestly switch either Germany
And Spain.
and Japan.
Whoa.
It's weird. It's weird, but honestly, I'm gonna keep it how it is. I'm gonna keep my prediction.
Look,
Spain,
this-
Germany, Japan. Costa
This is the hardest group that I look at. Every time I go back to this group, I'm always switching. But my final one, look, Japan, I agree. Japan and Germany are they going to be the 2 teams that I've been switching around. Like Japan, every year they just surprise everyone.
Yeah.
And they played that hard-fought game against Belgium in the last
Mhm.
World Cup. And the uniforms are so cool. I want to see them. I want to see them rocking. But I have Spain topping the group. They're gonna have a great game against Germany. I think that's gonna be one of those games where people are predicting a close one. I think Spain blows out Germany, to be honest. Wow. And then, yeah.
I'll say it's valid.
Yeah.
That's
And then
valid.
Germany's gonna be second, but I went through that over and over again. But Spain, Germany, Japan, Costa Rica. That's how I have it.
No, so I have this Germany number 1 because Germany are better than Spain. Germany have been on a better run of form. Sure, they're not taking Timo Werner. Sure, they're missing some players, but that's just a scary squad. Germany have the mix of young and old. They're taking Mario Götze back to his first World Cup since 2014. The
Super
World Cup
Mario.
hero of
Super
Germany.
Mario right there.
Super Mario. I think it'd be crazy to see him lift the World Cup again. 2-time World Cup. That'd be crazy. So I have Germany number 1, Spain 2. Spain have been like I've said earlier, they're lack a striker. They lack all that. Japan 3, Costa Rica 4. That's it. That's how it's gonna go. Yeah.
I'll probably do Spain 1, Germany 2, Japan 3, Costa Rica 4.
Chris.
For me, top of the group, Germany. Young talent, amazing talent. Germany number 1. Second pick, I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go Costa Rica.
What?
Costa Rica.
Love it.
Whoa.
I think Spain will have a good group stage, but they're gonna fall short. Costa Rica have done it before, where they pull a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
They're a good team, let's be honest. And I want to give Costa Rica the upset in second place, Spain third, and Japan fourth.
No.
The group of death for me is Spain number 1. I think Uni Simon is gonna pitch a shutout. Okay. They have number 2 Germany. Then they have 3 Japan, and then 4 Costa Rica.
So So I guess the general consensus is going to be Spain number 1, Germany 2, Japan 3,
Costa Rica 4.
Costa Rica 4.
Yeah.
Let's go to Group F, which is
F.
one of the easier groups,
Yeah.
in this World Cup.
The only play. So I definitely have Belgium taking this. 1, because every year they always seem to get 1, and every time they win their group stage. But 2 is going to be kind of difficult for me. So Croatia is getting older. They're even older than they were in 2018. That's the only thing that's kind of bugging me. But I love Canada and Alphonso Davies.
Also
They're-
Davies.
Did they end up getting new jerseys?
No.
No, they didn't. Get the
They
same ones.
didn't.
Nah.
See, I think that's what's gonna drive him. Honestly,
Hmm.
I think having no new drip,
No new
And
drip's
no
going to
new
help.
drip
Him.
in
Get
the
out
World
of
Cup
town, bro.
it's gonna be Belgium, Canada, Croatia at 3, and then Morocco at 4.
I like that. But honestly, I think this is one of those groups. I'm kind of really going. It's surprising because I love upsets, but I kind of going chalk here. Belgium, are we still in the golden age of Belgium?
Yeah, they still have most of their guys. They still
Okay.
have most of their
Yeah.
guys.
Well, I'm gonna keep riding with Belgium. I think they top the group. It's gonna be very tight though. It's not gonna be like Argentina where they're winning all 3 games.
Yeah.
Belgium's gonna top the group and it's gonna go down to like goal differential or something. But Belgium's gonna top it, and then I have Croatia too. We'll see. I mean, they made the final. I don't know much about Croatia.
Croatian soccer has been. God,
Sketchy.
they're not. That's not sketchy. It's just the fact that they've been great. They're such a young national team
Yeah.
after gaining their independence in the late 90s.
I think the only reason why Croatia is gonna move on is because they could win those.
they can beat Canada. They can beat Morocco.
They could beat Canada.
I think the
could beat Morocco, yes.
captaincy of Luka Modric is going to really affect them. I think players like Ivan Perisic is going to have to step up. Ante Rebic is going to have to. Andre Kramaric, people like that are going to have to step up. But I think it's clear cut. Belgium 1, Croatia 2, Canada 3, Morocco 4. That's clear cut.
I'll probably have to go for Belgium 1, Canada 2, Morocco 4, and then Croatia. Croatia is 3.
You can make the sense. You can make the argument. Canada again is a young team as well. That had Jonathan Edouard. Is it Jonathan Edouard? Jonathan plays for Lille.
Is Jonathan? Yeah.
Jonathan David.
Davis.
Jonathan Davids. Jonathan Edouard. What am I thinking of? Jonathan Davids is a great striker for Lille. Alphonso Davies captaining that team,
Damn.
taking one of the oldest players in the World Cup this year in Taylor Hutchinson. I think that's a veteran presence. I think that young team really has what it takes to
Team
potentially
chemistry.
upset.
Team chemistry
upset
right there.
Chris.
I'm going with Belgium on top. I think KDB's gonna play huge for them. Shout out to KDB, that's my guy. KDB, Belgium on top. Croatia, I think they're gonna go second. Luka Modric it's his last World Cup. He's one hell of a midfielder. I think he's gonna help push that team to get past the group stages. I have to give it to Croatia. Third, Canada. I feel like they lost that momentum that they had in the qualifiers. I mean, they were amazing, but I don't think they have what it takes to get out that group stage over Belgium and Croatia.
No.
I'm going off the wall here. I'm going Canadian bacon number 1.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be a little sleeper in
Damn.
that group. And then we got Belgium waffles number 2, and then Croatia number 3, and then Morocco number 4.
Wow. Shout out Arturo Bustamante was saying, don't sleep on Canada. They're first in the qualies.
Right?
Makes
Hey,
sense.
Arturo's
But again,
my boy, dog.
Again, you have to look at Canada.
Yeah.
It's CONCACAF against
Against
UEFA.
everyone else.
It's really-
against Europe.
It's against Europe, and that's
Oh,
what the hard thing.
no, like I said, that's a great thing
It's a
to
great-
say. Like,
oh.
don't sleep on them. Yeah,
You
but
can't sleep
I mean,
on 'em.
but like I said, I'm gonna have to give Croatia that edge.
Croatia
I'm gonna
have the
give
edge.
Belgium that edge
Yeah.
over
Cassina in
Canada.
the chat said Belgium won't even pass to the group stage.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's
Belgium
a
what?
hot take.
Hot
That's a
take for sure.
True. I mean, yeah, Belgium are aging. They are finally, losing it. Players like Toby Alderweireld, are finally not playing.
Eden Hazard, who
who's
hasn't,
just
in my opinion, hasn't done
living
anything
Burger
club
King
level.
for the
He
last.
Hazard's gonna shine.
hasn't done
He
anything
will
club
shine.
level.
He will
Hazard.
shine.
This is my
Hazard's
bold
gonna
prediction.
shine.
Eden Hazard's going to
Hazard's
shine this World
dude,
Cup, and he's going to
no.
be great.
Golden Boot.
Group G.
Group G.
So what's the consensus? Belgium, Croatia, Canada, Morocco.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Group
Okay,
G.
so Group G. We have Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. Brazil is definitely topping
Easily.
easily. There's no way they don't top this group at this point. And 2, I'm a big fan of Cameroon. Was either that
Samieto.
it's between Cameroon and Switzerland, but I believe Switzerland's probably gonna take 2 in this group. Switzerland's a good team. I like their team. They're pretty good, but it's either I don't know. I'm kind of tied in between Switzerland and Cameroon. I don't know which should be 2. Screw it. We're going Switzerland 2. Switzerland 2, Cameroon 3, and then Serbia 4.
I'm gonna go with consensus. Can we all agree that Brazil is gonna top the group?
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Mia,
Yes.
do you have Serbia winning the group?
No, I'm having Brazil.
Upset.
Hey, you never know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna pick Brazil to win the group, and then I'm gonna pick Serbia to get second.
What?
I mean,
Yes.
That's a hot.
I think Serbia, they're gonna be one of those teams too that surprise people. Every year there's gonna be, a team that's gonna finish second and then gonna have to play a really tough team in the knockouts. But, Serbia to get out of the group is gonna be huge for that country, and I feel like they can do it. They have winnable games. Obviously they can't. They probably won't beat Brazil, but the other 2 games, they're winnable. Switzerland and Serbia is going to be a close game. I feel like that's going to be a must-watch game. Very underrated game. But we'll see. Serbia is going to finish second. Switzerland third. Cameroon fourth.
So yeah, Brazil won, obviously. Switzerland 2. Even though Switzerland and Serbia, I really think does come down to really goal difference. It's gonna be tight, but I think Switzerland do give them an edge. Even though I think Switzerland are a sleeper pick. Serbia, you can't count out Serbia either. You have players like Dusan Sadic. You got Sergej Milinkovic-Savic.
Kovalik?
These guys are sick.
Dude.
These guys aren't horrible players. These guys are really good. Dusan
Kovalik is
Vlahovic.
him.
These guys are great. Can't sleep on them. But I think the Swiss really edge them out. Serbia 3, Cameroon 4.
I'll probably go Brazil 1, Switzerland 2, Serbia 3, Cameroon 4.
Awesome.
Brazil 100% top of the group for me. Second, I'm gonna give Cameroon the edge.
Ooh, honestly, I could have gotten either. I'm
gonna give Cameroon the edge on second place. It's like I said, we all know. In my opinion, I think Brazil's gonna top the group, but that second spot's gonna be very fought for. See Cameroon and Switzerland, even Serbia's gonna put up a fight. It's gonna be a tough second spot to get. But I'm gonna have to give it to Cameroon. Third, I'm gonna go Switzerland, 100% for them, and then fourth, Serbia.
No.
All right, I'm going down to Rio de Janeiro. Going down to the Carnival. Going with Brazil. Then I'm going with Swiss number 2.
Goodness.
Serbia number 3, and then who did I miss?
Cameroon.
Cameroon 4.
So general consensus is going to be Brazil 1, Switzerland 2, Serbia 3, Cameroon 4.
Actually, I think Cameroon had more
Yeah,
votes than Serbia. I think Serbia is going to be 4.
Yeah, Serbia.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
at this
no,
point.
put Cameroon at 3.
Yeah, put Cameroon at 3. It doesn't matter. They're not going to make it.
Respect
They don't make it out. It doesn't matter.
All
So
right.
last group H. Group of Death Part 2.
Another argument here.
That's going to be a very
Group of
big
Death
argument.
B.
Oh,
Man, I'm
Chris,
really
start.
excited for this. This is the one I was waiting for all day.
Me too.
So, Uruguay's topping the group.
Get out of town.
Uruguay,
Go home, bro.
Uruguay's topping the group. You know why? Because
I agree.
they have a good mixture of veterans and youngsters. Exactly. They might not get far, past round of 16, but they are gonna win the group. I feel like they have enough people that have experience in these World Cups, and along with Darren Nunez, Darren Nunez, some piece. And I feel like he's gonna pop off.
Stop being biased because you're a Liverpool fan,
But
right?
hey, it is what it is.
Is he actually the Liverpool fan? I just gave him the jersey to wear
Yeah, he
today.
gave me a jersey.
Embarrassing.
But Uruguay's
Biased.
going to
Liverpool
top the
Chelsea.
group.
I'm Palace fan.
Portugal, Sui, Ronaldo's gonna lead his team to number 2. Then I'm gonna go South Korea only because I know Son's gonna pop off, dude. Son's
Sonny.
gonna pop off.
Sonny
That
D.
mask. Have you guys seen the picture of him with his mask on?
No, I haven't.
Dude, he has a sick mask on because of his surgery they have. It looks
God.
really cool. And then last would probably be
Ghana.
Ghana last.
Matthew, go.
In my very first prediction, I had Uruguay beating out Portugal but then I thought later on you'll see why I have Portugal moving on first, and then I have Uruguay second. Uruguay, they're a really good team. They're just like they're hand in hand. They go hand in hand with Denmark. They're gonna be one of those teams that do make a run. I say that for a lot of teams, but Denmark and Uruguay are the two teams that I really feel strongly that they're gonna quarterfinal, semifinal. We'll see, but and then I have South Korea and Ghana.
You already know it's Cristiano Ronaldo topping the group.
Honestly,
You already know he's gonna top the group, bro. You already know Cristiano Ronaldo. No matter what's happening with him for Manchester United, you throw all that out. He's about to ball out in this last World Cup. He will ball
He
out.
performs.
He performs for Portugal.
Yeah, he does.
That team around him is fantastic. You can't not knock it. So Portugal go number 1. Uruguay again, great talents, young and old. Number 2, I got Ghana going 3.
Ooh.
Ghana, I think, are a great team. I don't think they edge out Uruguay or Portugal, and I think South Korea go 4. Even though I think Sonny D will ball out, I don't think that helps South Korea enough. Yeah,
Probably you're at, what is it?
Uruguay.
Uruguay, number 1, Portugal, number 2, South Korea, 3, Ghana, I'm going to put you at 4.
We're splitting right now, bro. It's split.
Dude, Uruguay
Chris.
is it.
He's
Yeah.
up to Uruguay 1.
You know me. I'm going to Uruguay number 1.
Yes, bro. Yes.
I'm going to Uruguay number 1.
Yes.
They have that talent. Yeah, Portugal have Ronaldo. Uruguay has a whole team. I'm gonna give
Mic
Uruguay.
drop.
I'm talking about guys who want it more, and I see Uruguay wants it more than Portugal. Come on now. Second, Portugal, of course. Cristiano Ronaldo's gonna do his thing, but not enough to be on top of the group. Third, Ghana, and fourth, Korea.
All right, Noah,
No, you're the
You're the
tiebreaker.
tiebreaker here.
It's been a coin flip back and forth. Heads, tails, heads, tails. Okay, I'm going with Portugal because I think Ronaldo has motivation after the loss of his newborn. Okay,
Oh, shoot.
and then and then I go in number 2 Uruguay, and then number 3. What's the other 2?
Ghana and South Korea.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Ghana. I'm gonna give him a shot. Ghana number 3, South Korea number 4.
So we got 3 and 4 down. Ghana, 4th gonna be South Korea, 3 gonna be Ghana. We're split here, guys. It's 3 and 3. Uruguay.
It's a
split.
tough group.
We're split
Between what?
between who goes 1-2, Portugal or Uruguay 1-2.
Aaron, be
Aaron,
the
Aaron's our
Aaron, be the tiebreaker.
Alon's gonna be the tiebreaker.
He's biased. He's going with Ronaldo. That's
He's
his
going
guy.
Ronaldo.
That's his guy.
At least switch cameras.
Do it.
Yes.
At least switch cameras,
Aaron
bro.
Ronaldo here.
He's about to hit the
There you
First, that's going to be
I knew
then we're gonna get Uruguay,
Portugal.
Ghana, and
South Korea.
South Korea.
Yes.
No.
Hold on, Alon said it. Portugal go number 1, Uruguay number 2, Ghana 3, South Korea 4. Let's jump. The really thing is, I want Portugal. Personally biased, even though I think that team really can top the group. Biased. I think I want them to go number 1 because that number 2 team, just to jump around the round of 16 here, the matchups are going to look like this. You know, in the 54th match, well,
Anyway,
to start, yeah.
Anyway.
So the person that goes number 2 in Group H faces the winner of G, and the winner of G is obviously Brazil. So you would have Uruguay face Brazil in the round of 16.
Ooh.
You know, that's just a jump around to that big statement match. You know, to go back to the beginning, the Dutch play the United States. Match 50 is a big game, a replay of the round of 16 in 2018, Argentina, France. You know, match 51, England, Senegal. 52 is going to be Denmark, Mexico. 53 is Spain, Croatia. 54, Brazil, Uruguay. 55, Belgium, Germany. 58, Portugal, Switzerland. So to start off, we'll start with the Dutch and the United States. My pick here, I'm going to start first.
Okay, you can start.
Should we do like rapid fire until we get to like the semifinals?
I kind of want to go rapid fire here.
Yeah, let's do rapid fire. I like
It's the
that.
United States. I think the United States.
Do you want to start
Yeah,
all like this, like snake?
Snake it. I'm going to say the United States because I think the United States pull one out for the boys. I think they really clutch out with that team. I think that team shocks Netherlands. So I want to say the United States go to the quarterfinals.
Give me that vote for the U.S.
Maybe.
Let's go. Let's go.
Netherlands.
So it's
Netherlands.
What do you guys
easily.
think?
I think USA
Easily.
because it's 8 years in the making and it's time to get it done.
America.
I have to go with the Netherlands.
Okay.
All right.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah, go
realistic, guys.
Canada.
Who looks like it ain't him?
What'd she say?
What? That's not the right one. I'm sorry. I'm
Who wins? USA in the round of 16. It's USA Netherlands.
gonna go Netherlands.
Oh my gosh, we're tied.
Sorry.
Voting again.
All right.
Ramon.
I don't
Bring
know.
it back in here.
I'm
Bring
sorry.
it back in here.
This brother's gonna choose
I think you
America.
should just sit right here.
To everyone watching, be realist. The U.S. doesn't have what it takes to.
It's a shock pick.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Hey,
Netherlands.
so the Dutch beat the U.S. All right, that's fine. Match 50, replay of the round of 16 in 2018. Russia, Argentina, France.
Pavard Golasso again.
Wow, imagine. That'd be
Dude,
crazy.
Insane.
France is the dude. You know what I'm
They don't beat Argentina.
They don't beat Argentina. I'm sorry. They don't beat Argentina.
I'm going Argentina.
Yeah, they don't beat Argentina.
I'm gonna go Argentina.
Yeah, I have to give it to Argentina.
I'm gonna go with the chimichurri, Argentina.
All right,
Valid.
Argentina.
That's a big
Honestly,
sweep.
valid.
Sweep.
We finally
We're gonna
nailed
eat
it.
our words
Match
with that
51,
one.
England, Senegal.
Saludos.
It's
It's
England.
coming home.
It's coming
It's
home.
coming
England.
home.
It's
It's
England.
coming home.
Uh-oh.
It's coming home.
It's England.
I got England.
If they have money, it'll be a different story. bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's England. England, Senegal.
Senegal.
Ooh,
Oh,
England 100%.
oh England, Harry King.
England. Why is one of our producers, Luis, calling me?
Answer it.
I don't
He
want to
wa-
answer it.
Maybe-
Ask
He
him for
wants-
his prediction.
He wants Mexico. No eres penal.
Luis, you're on stream. Behave.
Yeah,
Behave, you're on
keep it
stream.
PG.
Behave.
Luis.
He butt dialed you.
He probably did.
All
All
right. Okay.
right,
So-
52.
so we have-
Denmark, Mexico.
Wait, who what?
It was Luis.
No, the
England.
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 It's coming home.
Mexico and who?
Denmark.
Mexico and Denmark.
And who? Exactly, bro. Mexico's definitely taking it, bro.
Denmark.
Wow.
Mexico's taking it, bro.
Whoa.
Denmark.
Mexico's finally getting
Look,
over
this
the
is
hump.
another game that I had on my lot of predictions, and at first I had Denmark, and I said they were a sleeper, but I'm going Mexico because I
Oh,
can't.
yes.
I can't leave. I can't see myself rooting for Denmark.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Denmark. It's Denmark. Let's be realistic here. Mexico doesn't come out of the
But this guy chose U.S. over Netherlands.
Well,
Talking
because
about
I
being
wanted to
realistic.
shock the. I think the U.S. can beat the Netherlands.
You don't
I
think Mexico could?
You
No.
don't think Mexico could beat
Oh.
Denmark?
That's
It's way
crazy.
easier
Denmark's
matchup.
physicality trumps Mexico's everything. Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna go Mexico.
Oh,
Exactly.
3-1.
Told you.
You know me, bro. I'm
Bye.
going for Mexico.
Whatever.
I believe that they could do it. I believe that they could shock
Mexico's
them.
moving on. Hey, wait, no, who you got?
No.
Mexico.
Finally getting that 5th game.
I think Mexico adds on to their
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
round.
Whatever.
Actually, Mexico and Brazil are tied for the most consecutive second round appearances, and I think Mexico tops it in the second round.
Yes. Thank you.
53. Spain, Croatia.
Oh,
All right, Chris.
this
What-
should
what
be
is
an
it?
easy
What is it
pick.
again?
Spain, Croatia.
Spain, Croatia, España. Dude, it has to be. I told you, Croatia's not gonna. They're gonna lose out. They're getting burnt out before they even.
I have Spain as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be Spain. Just because I think Croatia, I think that team really doesn't. Even though Spain really do lack the attacking, fluidity, attacking options, I think unless Croatia somehow pull it out with Modric finding passes and actually coming out clutch, I think it's going to go to Spain.
I'm gonna go Spain.
I'm giving it to Spain. They have the younger squad. They'll definitely beat Croatia.
I'm going with Uni Simon and Spain.
All right. 54. Really big match here in the round of 16. Brazil, Uruguay.
You know what I want to say, huh, Chris? You know what I want to say. Uruguay.
Oh my
Brazil.
Oh, my drop. Hot take.
Go home.
Dude, Brazil can't get it done, bro. I'm sorry.
But you look at Brazil's depth.
Look at Brazil's
Yes.
depth every year. They don't do crap, bro.
But
every
I mean,
year.
but you can't say that because every year is different.
But
You have
also
your
every
take-
year, bro, dude.
It's
they-
every 4 years for a reason. Like that's
Every
the
4
thing.
years,
Now
they're
you have the development of
top
Rodrigo,
three.
Vinicius.
They're top 3 every year in favorites, bro. They can't get it done. 2014 was their best chance, and they got blown out. They got embarrassed, bro. They're not gonna get it done. Uruguay's winning for sure.
I have Brazil winning in penalty shootouts.
Ooh, that'd be cool though. I like that.
Oh, okay.
I'm going Brazil. Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Wow.
How can you
Did
not?
you think you were right?
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
2-2
okay.
split. Chris.
My dark horse is Uruguay.
Oh.
But if that happens, dude, I think Brazil takes it.
Thank you.
I think they have the
Dude.
depth, they have the skill, they have the team.
No, you're
Young.
the breaker here.
Okay, I'm going with the life of the party, Brazil.
There you go. 4-2. Brazil wins.
Brazil,
Just because,
I-
but you have to look at it. You have to look at it. That team, you know, Brazil,
all right.
kid in the.
Dude, hey,
What's the chance saying?
dude.
They said Chris doesn't know his stuff, and I
Hey.
agree. How you?
It's that
How do-
Liverpool
how do I know my
jersey,
stuff?
bro.
It's the Liverpool
Bro,
jersey.
The Liverpool jersey.
Brazil don't have what it takes. Bring up the facts, bro.
But you have to look
But
at
this is
Brazil's
a
squad.
You have to look at
This is a
Brazil's
whole
whole
different
lineup.
squad from the
Dude,
Russian.
It's a whole different
It's a whole
squad, but
different.
they're
It's
younger.
younger.
Vinicius
It's younger,
will-
more
that's it.
talented.
but
have-
Uruguay, bro, I did it. How can you not?
I told you they're my
How can you
sleeper
not?
pick, but I don't think they get past Brazil, bro. Unfortunately,
You
but
can't. I believe, bro.
No.
I believe Uruguay's gonna
Yeah.
take it over,
All right,
bro.
match 55.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be Belgium, Germany.
Belgium, Germany,
It's Germany, easy.
Germany.
Yes, easy.
Wait, who's Germany striker? Is it Werner?
Huh? Werner's not going. But Germany have so many. Yusuf Mokoko of Dortmund, who's the young kid, 17. But you have the talent around him. You know, Serge Gnabry, Leroy Sané.
Leroy Sané.
Yeah.
You know, Jamal,
Kimmich.
Honestly, I
Jamal
gotta give it to
Musiala,
Germany.
who's
'Cause
gonna
Bel-
ball out, bro.
Belgium's teams have just been, they're aging.
They're aging.
Rudiger,
Rudiger.
defender,
Yeah.
one of
Honestly,
top
I give it
ones.
to. I give it to
Kimmich.
Germany in that one.
I got Germany.
I got
Germany.
Germany in that one.
Germany or Belgium?
Belgium. It has to be because in 2018 they got third.
Mm.
Honestly,
Mm.
they could
And
still
it is
make
the same squad,
I love her
Oh.
logic.
but at the same time, they're
So
old.
positive.
Dude.
Julio Alderweireld is old.
Everyone's
other-
old on that
Vertonghen
team.
is
Everyone's old on that
old.
team, dude.
Like it's like Eden Hazard. I think the one thing that comes out of Belgium is
Belgium's
that Eden,
best players, KDB. Upset.
Yeah.
exactly.
Best
But I think
midfielder
Eden
in the
Hazard,
whole
Eden Hazard
world.
comes back. Eden Hazard comes back. That's gonna be the big
I
thing for
believe that.
Belgium.
Honestly, I
He'll
believe
come
that
back and he'll
too.
like
I
he'll
believe
he'll
that.
finally find form for Madrid. He'll win a Ballon d'Or. He'll do something.
All right, Chris, what do you got?
I have to give it to Germany.
I'll go with the Germans.
Germany.
Germans.
Match
Yeah, you have
56. Portugal, Switzerland.
Portugal.
That's Portugal. all the way.
Portugal.
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 Portugal, Switzerland. Yeah.
I go with the Swiss.
Portugal, Sui.
Stewie.
Portugal.
Sweet
Portugal.
Portugal.
Quarterfinals, ladies and gentlemen.
Quarterfinals. Let's go.
Okay, who's in the quarterfinals after we picked?
After all
Yes.
of this,
Who's in the quarterfinals?
it's gonna be the Dutch taking on Argentina in match 57.
Oh,
Match 58 is Spain, Brazil. 59, England, Mexico. Match 60 is Germany, Portugal. We'll start with the latter. We'll start with. What's up? What's the question?
yeah.
Does the Chelsea jersey play?
Yeah,
Oh,
Who
yeah.
said that?
He live streams.
Go follow him on Twitch at TTV Lorenzo Gaitan.
No. Hey, but hit me up. I'll run some games. I'll smoke anybody who wants to play FIFA.
Live
Shout
on
out.
Twitch.
I'll smoke anybody.
So who's?
We'll start with Germany, Portugal.
Yes.
Germany, Portugal is the first matchup, or
Technically, it's Argentina.
Say-
Argentina.
we'll start from there.
Okay.
Okay, stop talking about Argentina and Netherlands. Argentina,
Why?
dude. If they get that far, they definitely have something special going on with that team, and they're gonna beat the Netherlands. Bro. Something. It's gonna be like 1-0 though.
Tight game. Okay.
Yeah, tight game for sure.
I have the Argentinian squad moving on against the Netherlands. The Netherlands gonna put up a fight. I feel like this one's gonna be surprisingly high scoring. Maybe a 3-2 game.
Who wants all this?
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Argentina.
Argentina pulls it out after pens. I think this game goes 1-1, takes it to extra time. I think a couple red cards get involved. Maybe I think we see I think we see a Netherlands red card. I think Virgil van Dijk gets
Van
sent off.
Dijk, PK or what? Like
Virgil
stuff?
van Dijk gets sent off.
Or what if someone gets in Messi's face?
No.
Imagine Messi gets
No,
sent off. That'd be
no,
crazy.
I would laugh, bro.
I think Argentina come out though. Yeah, Argentina, Netherlands.
I'll go Argentina because like in 2014 they were second.
That
Netherlands
was-
was third.
that was
So
there.
like
The history's there.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll go in Argentina.
Okay, Chris.
Argentina with the
Yeah.
Messi masterclass
Argentina.
against the Dutch. 100%.
Exactly, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Messi all the way, Argentina.
Argentina go to the semifinals. 58, Spain, Brazil.
Brazil.
Mm.
Brazil is gonna be Spain, dude.
I'm only picking Brazil. I would want to see Spain beat Brazil, but I'm only picking Brazil because I love the semifinal matchup.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's
Brazil.
So true.
So Brazil. I'm gonna say Brazil because I really don't think Spain get this far.
Really?
I just don't think that. I think Unai Simon's good, but I don't think he's as good as David De Gea. I don't think that defense is as great as it once was. I just really think that lack of a central striker, that lack of Sergio Ramos' veteranship in the back, Thiago's creativity in midfield, I think they really do lack in certain areas. I think they're missing something. So I'm gonna go Brazil. Brazil's depth just tramples them. I wouldn't be surprised if they embarrass them.
Really?
Yes. Brazil, Spain, yeah.
In Brazil. All the way.
I'll
Brazil.
get 100% Brazil.
No.
Brazil with experience.
59. Another. We're gonna argue here. England, Mexico.
England.
Inglaterra.
England.
Inglaterra.
England. Dude, I'm sorry. England. I hate to do it. But England for sure.
I have. It's sad to say. Honestly, if Mexico makes it past the round of 16, it's a W.
Let's be real. Let's be for real.
It's a W. I'm not even gonna
That's our World Cup.
lie. Like if
That's the World Cup.
dude, it's
As long
the
as we
World
get that
Cup.
fifth
We win the
game,
World
that's our
Cup.
W.
Yes, we win the
bro.
World Cup if we make it past the round of 16.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the journey ends here.
Yeah.
England's gonna. I think England, gets back in their stride. This game is even though it's a quarterfinal game, it might be a bounce back game because they're probably gonna play a lucky Mexico team, and England's gonna have momentum going into the semifinals, and they only got to play 2 more games.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, England, Mexico.
I'll go England.
I'm going ahead being realistic. I have to
You
give
have
it to
to.
England. I hope I'm wrong.
I know.
Oh, if that happens, I hope Mexico
Boo,
pulls the upset.
you
but
hope Mexico get out of the group stage. That's the focus here.
I'm gonna have to give it to England right there.
No, England, Mexico.
I'm gonna go with England because 2 reasons. Mexico is a 15-1 long shot to win the World Cup, and according to ActionNetwork.com, they have a 0.67 chance to win the World Cup. So England.
England. That's 60, which is another. It's a big game. Germany, Portugal.
Germany.
Portugal, because I want Ronaldo to.
But okay.
And they have good midfielders as well. And
It's a tight
their
game.
defense is strong as well, bro. But I feel like they're more well-rounded than Germany is.
It's a very tight game.
So I feel like just because of that reason, and Ronaldo's gonna win it. He's gonna take it past it. The semis, I believe.
I have Portugal winning in a 0-0 game. Watch, listen to this. Portugal's gonna win. It's 0-0 heading into the 120th minute or whatever, and Ronaldo's gonna hit a header to win the game.
I honestly, I believe that.
It's a.
I believe that.
It's gonna break Twitter if it still exists.
Hot take.
Twitter
Fuck
blue.
us.
Twitter blue.
Sorry, I had to do it.
It pains me to say it, but I think Germany beat Portugal, just because. Nah, you think I was saying that's Portugal all the way, baby? Portugal all the way. I think
Hey, you
it's gonna
sold
be.
it good though.
I think it's a very tight game. I think it's very, very
is.
tight.
That's what I'm saying, like 0-0.
It's gonna be very tight. It goes to pens. I think Argentina and Netherlands go to pens. I think Portugal, Germany go to pens. And from pens it's up in the air at that point. But I'm gonna say Portugal. I think Cristiano Ronaldo really does make the difference. I think everything that he's going through right now, with the entire scrutiny of the club, his potentially them terminating his contract, and him never being a Manchester United player ever again.
Yeah.
I think he uses that. It fuels him. It leads Portugal to the semifinals.
But also, I just feel like that team's way more well-rounded again.
Oh, 100%. That team has great midfield. Has a great midfield in Paulinho, Ruben Neves. You have Joe Moutinho, Bruno Fernandes. Bernardo Silva. It's like you have these players that are really good. That know how to hold up play, but also know how to bomb up field.
Yeah.
That's what they have. I think Germany's mid, but I think really that battle in the middle of the park is really what's going to be the decisive factor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Germany, Portugal.
Germany.
Ooh, okay.
It'll be a very close game. Portugal's gonna take it. I have a feeling they have what it takes to take it. They're at a very close game. I think Portugal.
Man, you and the Reds are playing with your heart. You can't sugarcoat it. Germany.
So the consensus right now is it's Portugal.
Portugal.
Yeah,
Portugal goes on. for
Portugal goes on. Semifinals.
Here we go.
Ginormous games at the semis.
Dude.
Match 61.
sure. Oh, this is hard.
Argentina, Brazil. Messi
my
versus
God.
Neymar.
Neymar.
Match.
Brazil.
Jeez.
We're not. Hold on. Let me get to. Let me show the second one, bro.
Brazil, bro.
Match 62. England, Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo versus Harry Kane.
Portugal.
So,
Wait, isn't Harry Kane injured right now?
oh, playing.
Still
He's good.
Starting, bro.
Still good?
He's
Playing.
good.
Alright, good.
Good to go.
Argentina, Brazil, go.
Brazil.
Wow. Why?
I just feel like I know. Honestly, Argentina and Brazil, it could go either way. You know, Messi it's going to be his last World Cup, and he wants to win it. But I just feel like Brazil hasn't been to a final in how many in a
It's
decade?
2016.
2016.
It's Euro 20.
Yeah,
Euro 2016.
exactly. But I feel like they finally put the pieces together.
Brazil hasn't
Make
been
it
to a
up.
final since Euro 2016.
Wow, I thought you were talking about Portugal. Never mind, never mind, never mind.
Whoa,
So I was
whoa,
like,
My
what?
bad. No, they have the last final they went to was Copa America. The last one where they lose,
Yeah.
where they lose to Argentina.
To lose to Argentina. That's why. But that's gonna be in their heads. The people that are on that team, which is not a lot of them, but I
Actually,
just feel
most
like
of them.
most of them are supposed to. But I just feel like they just have what it takes to get them to that final. It's not gonna be embarrassment like it was in 2014.
I have Argentina moving on to the final. This game is going to be really fun. There's going to be a lot of tension. There's going to be possibly
cards.
yelling.
Couple red cards.
Red
Yes,
cards?
this is going to be the
This-
most
Messi.
physical game in the
Do you
tournament.
imagine we see hands get thrown?
No.
Oh,
That'd be
just
crazy.
like back in the day, remember
No.
that?
That'd be crazy.
But I think this game isn't going to be on the hands of either Neymar or Messi. I think this game's going to come down to the rest of the team. Even though the stars are going to be the main focus, the World Cup always comes down to depth and who you have, like, how do I explain this? Like, it always comes down to teamwork, honestly. And I think Argentina, even though Brazil has the depth too, I think Argentina has a lot more heart, and I think they're gonna get it done. And Argentina is gonna beat Brazil.
It's gonna come down to who meshes well. Who meshes more well with each other, the chemistry wise, and who comes in hotter.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Argentina because of the fact that I think even though that Brazil team has the depth,
Mm-hmm.
I think that whole Argentinian squad has this mentality of it's for Messi. It's not for them. It's not for Argentina. It's for him. For everything Messi's done for the country, for everything that he's done for everybody on that team, it's all gonna be for him. That's the goal. That's the drive. So I think both teams mark out Messi and Neymar, but I think Argentina drives out Brazil because of what Messi's done for them. So I'm gonna say Argentina. Mia, Argentina, Brazil.
Brazil.
All right. So we're 2-2. We're split. Great. Chris.
It's gonna be a very, very close game again. We go down the wire.
Why
What?
Brazil?
Yeah. Why Brazil?
Well, to be honest, Argentina only had 2 titles. Brazil has 5.
Okay,
So, like, it's obviously Brazil. 'Cause
I love that.
why not?
Keep it going. That logic is really good. She's using history to make a
How
pick.
much does
Documentation
history
beats
make-
conversation?
How much does
Hey,
history?
There hasn't
It's
been a
still-
new World Cup winner in I don't know how long.
That's true.
That is true.
All right, Chris.
So like I said, it's gonna be a very close game. Down to the wire. I think Argentina takes it. They beat Brazil in the Copa America final.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say they can't do it in the World Cup, in the semifinal? And like you mentioned, everybody's doing it for Messi, and I mean Argentinians are very prideful, just like Brazilians are. They love their country. I mean, who doesn't? But those guys, like I said, they're a very, very tight unit. I've seen, off the pitch how they're always together, doing everything together. Like they're just a very close group. And to me, when the teams like that, they have that advantage of over a team who has depth and great players. So with that being said, I have to give it to Argentina. One guy we haven't really spoke about is Lautaro.
Lautaro
So
Martinez.
I think he's gonna come up big in that game.
He's nice.
Messi with the assists on the side and everything, but Lautaro's gonna come up big in that game, scoring goals in that. So yeah, Argentina.
I think the pressure is gonna get to Argentina because I think they're gonna break. With all that pressure, all that build up around Messi, all the media is gonna be around them. I think Brazil takes
Oh my
it.
goodness.
we're
Are we
split again.
tied?
Are we tied?
Hey, you said a bad word. Mean word
I knew I
alert.
said it already. God.
Mean
So-
word
This
alert.
guy's serious.
So now we have another tiebreaker: Argentina, Brazil.
Tried to bring in-
Aaron's gonna come over here.
Aaron
and tie
Martinez, la profesor of El Paisano Media, is coming in to tie break us. Argentina, Brazil.
break.
All right, everyone. Go.
Well, I believe that these teams, they speak for themselves with history alone.
Mhm.
Like, you don't need players. It speaks by itself. Pelé is better than Maradona, and Ronaldinho was better than whatever Messi is. Okay? Goals don't mean anything. Skill means something. Numbers are just stats. Brazil's going to take that game. They're going to
Told you.
sweep Argentina.
I
told you.
You're wearing a yellow shirt. That's Brazil.
biased. He's biased AF. It's gonna be Brazil in the final of the FIFA World Cup.
Gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move. We move.
Arondinho, bro. That's bias right
We're starting that one. We're starting it right here. Arondinho.
there. Yeah, bias, bro.
Arondinho.
Telling you.
All right, hey, I gotta leave.
All right, guys.
I gotta leave. So can I just say my last?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
England,
All right.
Portugal.
So I'm gonna pick Portugal. I wanted Argentina and Portugal to be in the final. That's where I was going to because I want this World Cup to end in spectacular fashion. And the world's gonna stop. It's gonna be like the ending of Cars, where everything is closed because they're gonna watch the final race of the season. So I think. So real quick, I'm gonna go Argentina, Portugal in the final, and who's gonna win? Ronaldo, Messi. I'm gonna go with Messi winning the World Cup,
Good.
and Ronaldo's.
Matthew's picks do not represent El Paisano Media.
Yes,
in any
no,
way.
this is not the actual. I'm just picking my own.
Gladly
Argentina's gonna win the World Cup, and I'm gonna be proud. And my friend is Argentinian, so
Oh, shout out his friend.
yes, yeah, my friend. I don't think she wants to be name dropped, but yes, Argentina.
Thank you, Matthew. We love you.
Matthew.
Love you guys.
Bye,
Peace
Matthew.
out.
Have a good game.
Don't let me hang.
Yes.
Yeah, with Bishop.
Bishop of Mott versus Sierra Canyon. Tune in. Oh wait, no, it's
CAF.
not gonna be on TV.
Not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah,
talking
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
CAF is gonna live stream it.
So, all right.
Alright, I'm gonna move over then.
Yeah, move over then. All right. Next match. Well, general consensus, it's Brazil. Brazil's in the final. Portugal, England. I'm gonna say. He said Matthew's prediction was Argentina, Portugal to be in the final, but Matthew has Portugal at 0.1. I think this game is another really tight game. I think England somehow, some way, edge it out, and they make it to the final.
Mm-hmm.
I think England's attacking depth really helps them, as Portugal really lack it. You have a 35-year-old Pepe still in your team, along with Ruben Diaz, Diogo Dalot. Those guys haven't.
You guys are good.
They're great players,
They're good.
but they haven't experienced the World Cup pressure in a semifinal. You look at players like Ruben Diaz, who plays for Manchester City, who can't seem to get it right in a Champions League semifinal.
Unfortunately.
They got cooked.
Yeah.
Players like Ruben Diaz can't get it done in a Champions League semifinal. This is bigger than that, arguably. This is for your country. This is the national team. These players, I think, the young ones especially, crack under the pressure.
So you say it's coming home?
I think England go on to the final.
Okay.
Even with all the just
Missing
missing pieces, everything that they've got. Now I'm backtracking on myself because I kind of want Portugal to go to the final because I think.
Don't go with your heart. Go with your
But the thing
mind.
is, my brain's telling me it's Portugal because Portugal all around are better than England. England have the missing piece, are missing very, very key pieces, especially if you start Harry Maguire against Portugal. Bro, if you start Harry Maguire against Portugal, it's over. I really think to shout out Arturo again, we're dreaming very big for Messi Ronaldo final because there's so many things have to fall into place for that to happen. You know, I think certain circumstances do fall into place. I think it happens, but I'm gonna go Portugal beating England. I'm gonna switch it up, or Portugal beating England to go to the World Cup final.
Portugal beating, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. That's it. Just Portugal beating England. England can't get it done. It's never coming home.
Portugal, England.
England.
Okay. 2-1.
Portugal, England. I have to give it to English. Young talent. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
I have to ride with the Chris. England, Harry Kane. Yeah.
England beat Portugal to go to the World
No,
Cup final.
how?
I think they can do
Wait,
it. I think it's
no.
possible.
Because Matthew voted.
Matthew voted Portugal, but Matthew's picks don't count because he's not here.
Yes, it does. Because he just
Every-
left.
You know
Yeah,
what?
he just
No.
Fine, then
validated.
it's 3-3.
Everybody's
It's
I don't
3-3.
come in
I don't
tie-break it.
come in here, please.
Come in, tiebreak it,
Oh.
you biased.
Dude, Aaron's gonna choose Portugal.
He should
I
just
already
stay
know.
like
he
right there.
just
He's gonna-
put
he's-
Portugal, bro. He's gonna
he's
choose
gonna-
Portugal.
He's gonna choose Portugal.
He's gonna do Brazil because
Come on, I don't tiebreak it, fool.
No,
Arondinho.
I love Ronaldo.
Oh.
Yes.
I have to admit it.
He's biased.
He's
But
biased.
Ronaldo doesn't have the team to beat England.
What? How does he not have
He
the
doesn't
team?
have that team, and that's not going to be able to do it by himself
England's
because
are
he's
known to be
playing
chokers.
with the league that basically saw Ronaldo grow up, and he's not even playing right now. Like, it affects a player. He's going into the World Cup not in the best rhythm he should be right now.
Yeah, exactly. I do
So,
agree with that.
I say England is going to beat CR7.
What?
Wow.
England is, dude, it's never coming home.
Shout out to Matthew. Your picks do count. I don't know what Lorenzo's talking
Sweet. World Cup final, ladies and gentlemen. We are here.
Silver. How did we get here?
How did we get to Brazil? England.
How did we
Brazil
get
Brazil
We'll
takes
allow it
on
to happen.
England, ladies and gentlemen.
here? Aaron, are you a Madrid fan?
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah, fool.
"Yeah, fool." That's what he said. So yes, next
Brazil,
scenario
England.
in
We'll
the chat.
start. Chris.
Brazil. No question, dude. It's gonna be 3-0.
Thrash him.
Whoa.
Bro, they're
thrash
gonna
him.
thrash him. Trent's gonna be going up too much, and the Vinicius just gonna shred him, bro.
Like he did in the
Yeah,
Champions League.
Dude, exactly. That's exactly what's gonna happen, bro.
I just.
How can you? not
I want to
choose
defend
Brazil?
England.
How did we get here?
I know it should be Messi Ronaldo.
How the hell did we
Um,
get here?
Go me. I'll let you go. Brazil, England in the
Brazil.
World Cup final.
So,
Brazil win a World Cup.
Dude, yes.
yes.
I don't know how.
Chris, Brazil, England in a World Cup final.
Have to go Brazil. They have that. I think, in my opinion, they have that better team. Well, my opinion, they both have a good team. England has a very good team, but when it comes defense wins you championship. But like I said, can you trust Trent to do his job and defend? Especially a guy with Vinicius who cooked them already in the Champions League final.
Got messed up.
And Van Dijk got cooked too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Brazil have that fast-paced attack, that skill that the England defenders won't be able to defend. And I think that at the end of the game, it's gonna be Brazil beating them.
Bad.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a close game, a 2-1, 3-1 type win for Brazil.
Noah.
Going down to the Carnival, doing a little salsa bachata, wearing that Carnival outfit with Brazil.
I really want to defend England here.
Your vote doesn't count.
I know it doesn't. I really want to defend England here. I really think that the players there, I think James Maddison has a big World Cup. I think players like Raheem Sterling, this is his time to find form for Chelsea as he goes back into the domestic leagues. I think somebody like Bukayo Saka has a big game here at some point. You know, Harry Kane finally breaks, Alan Shearer's golden boot or Alan Shearer's record. He beats Wayne Rooney's record. But you know what? That's going to have to go to Brazil.
Yes.
You know, players like Gabi Jesus. Gabi Jesus will find form for Arsenal here at this World Cup, I think.
Yeah.
Player like Richarlison finds form for Tottenham. I think Vinicius has a big World
He's
Cup.
gonna have a big World Cup for sure.
I never really thought highly of Vinicius, but I think this is definitely like that breakout where he's gonna solidify himself as the next guy in Brazil.
The next best player
Yeah,
in La Liga.
I mean,
he's going to be the
He is the next best player. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Brazil win the 2022 Qatar FIFA World Cup.
For El Paisano Media.
Leave in the comments below, ladies and gentlemen, who you think is going to win the World Cup. You know, don't forget.
chat. Give us your predictions, chat. Who's gonna win it?
Mm-hmm.
One last question in the chat about Casemiro at Man United.
Where's it at?
Does it say that?
Casemiro, Man United. I still feel like he hasn't found his place yet. Yeah, he's had a couple good games,
Mhm.
scored
Yeah.
some goals. He's not what he was in Madrid, obviously, with that huge talent surrounded by him
Yeah.
compared to what he has in United.
I think at some point,
But-
if he gets there, he will be there. I think if United find a player like Frankie de Jong, yes, I think I
Someone
think they
very
keep
good in the
Ronaldo. They have to
midfield.
keep Ronaldo. They have to
Yeah.
keep Ronaldo
Yeah.
for him to find that form. But that's gonna be it. That's gonna be all, ladies and gentlemen. Mia, take us away.
Well, did you guys even know who's performing at the World Cup?
Who?
Did
No.
you guys even know who's performing?
Isn't
I
it a little
know- I
bit
know some-
BTS? Isn't it BTS?
is
I know someone turned down a
It's-
bunch of money to perform.
Amid the controversy with Qatar, several artists reported the decline to appear.
Yes.
Rod Stewart
boo.
said that he was actually offered a lot of money to play
Yeah.
there 15
Who
months
wants to hear
ago.
Rod Stewart perform?
He's like, he turned it down, it's not right to go, and the Iranians should be out too for supplying arms. And then Dua Lipa, I think she's the one that's like,
Yes.
that one, right? Will perform at this year's World Cup, but later she shut it down, those rumors on Instagram. And she said she's not going to be performing. BTS's Jungkook, I'm not really sure, is set to
know
perform
BTS
during the
like that.
opening ceremony and will participate in the World Cup, accompanying a soundtrack following the release of their single. I'm sorry if I get this wrong. Taka with Nicki Minaj. We will serve as the first ever official FIFA. Yes.
Tukotaka.
Official
speed
FIFA
song.
fan festival anthem. That it was announced that Maluma and Mariam Fairs are slated to perform the song during the opening day of the FIFA fan festival. So
My baby.
we're nearing down to the end. We're nearing down to the end, guys. So okay, everyone that's watching, this is all the time we have today. Make sure you listen to RH Sports Zone on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts at El Pasano Media. It comes out every Monday, and be sure to follow our Instagram at Alpine Media. If you Roadrunners are on campus, be sure to pick up a copy of our newest issue of the newspaper. It's located in the El Pasano boxes. Our print EIC and our opinion editor just put them out there today, so go ahead and go pick them up. And also check us out online at www.elpasanoonline.com so that you guys can read our stories that we produce weekly, so you guys don't want to miss it. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. We really
Thank you
appreciate
guys.
all
Yeah.
your
Thank you guys
all
very
What a
your
great
support.
first live show, guys.
Happy
Thank
you.
Thanksgiving
Live show,
and enjoy the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, everyone. This is it. This is RH Sports Zone signing off.
Sign out.
Thank you.
Be a goldfish, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love.
Sweet.